And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another special episode of the Simply Awesome Podcast. That's right, we're back with another special episode, and we have a very special guest. You may know as Charlie Murphy's son, but we also call him, a residential, darkness man, or who would say, Mr. Dewan Murphy. How
There
are you
you go.
doing, sir?
There you go. I'm doing wonderful.
Man, like fresh money. Also, by the way, Murphy is our residential security guard. So, anytime you see us out in public, you might see somebody like somewhere in the wings. Don't worry, they're just, they're just the bro. All right, Roy, how you feeling, Roy?
I'm feeling good, man. Still alive, still healthy, still see my team free. You know it. Getting to these goals, man.
You see your kids this weekend?
I ain't got no kids, bro, but that's good as you. I'm practicing though. I'm practicing.
You practicing, bro?
I'm
You
practicing,
practicing.
That's his lie. He's sticking to it.
Exactly. You got 18 kids.
I ain't got no
Terrible.
children. If I had something, you'd see it, man. But I ain't got no kids. How you been, Cole? How you been? How you looking?
I've been doing very well. I mean, it's kind of interesting because I've been doing summer school, right? And I'm dealing with the special education students, and it's so funny because it's like you really get a lot of appreciation um, for kids who are not able to cognitively be able to necessarily read and write and do math like that, but they try so hard, and they're really focused on intent to learn things that they weren't able to develop. So I'm dealing with like 17, 18, 19-year-olds on second first grade reading and math levels, and they're very diligent, respectful, no matter not their quirks. Uh it makes you really humble and blessed and be fortunate if you're lucky to have a child, and they come out without certain disabilities, but also children with disabilities, they just like normal kids. They like to play, have fun. They might do things just a little bit different than people without disabilities, but every child needs love, and care and attention. I think it made me really learn to really appreciate life, more than anything.
Not to make a joke or anything, but the real life weird thing is there's a lot of kids that's not on the special needs spectrum that are on the second, third grade reading level as 17, 18 year olds. That's the messed up part. That's real.
Yeah,
That's real.
yeah,
No, he's not
That's
lying.
really messed up.
yeah.
Like they're just because of no child left behind, they're passing these kids through every year saying, all right, go ahead, pass or whatever. And these kids are stuck at third, fourth grade reading level at 18 years old.
But I also didn't want to express that it's also a sense, but families really need to reinforce education within the household, right? And and we understand that, hey, you send your child to us, to get education, but they need that, at least 18, 20 hours of cognitive education, whether it's learning simple manners within social environment, just a little thing, saying thank you, please, yes, no, yes, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir,
Man,
stuff like that, and
that's
just
stuff.
common decency.
That's stuff that the parent should already be teaching the child. Like that
but,
right there.
but
Right.
a lot of parents don't want to raise their children. They say let the teachers and the daggone TV do it.
I don't even look at it like that though. Like far as letting the teachers and everybody do, there's a lot of parents that still want to be young and dumb and full of cum.
That's true. That's very true.
That's true.
They want to party and like the teachers give kids homework for a reason. Go home and do your homework. Me growing up, the first thing I did when I hit the door, that's what my mother said. Put your bag on the floor, put your books on the table. Let's get this homework done.
Yeah.
And we down there, we sit and we'll do our homework. Once my homework was done, it took me maybe 10, 15 minutes to do my homework. I got all day until 9 o'clock to rip and run. A lot of parents don't take the time out to do that with their kids. Their kids get home and you got homework? No. They throw their bag, they go play the game, go outside, go hop on the phone, go make TikToks and get on Instagram and shit like that.
Yeah.
Don't even take the time out to make sure that they actually learning
Yeah.
what you learn. Like my mother would ask me what I learned and then want me to show her what I learned. That was even in high school too. If I had something below an 80, she was like, no, that got to come up. She said, because when she was growing up, 75 was failing.
Yeah, that's household shit, you know. Yeah, I mean, it's just simple things like that as well. I mean, they the funny thing is that, you know, the parents and them they got the kids knowing how to work technology, you know, advanced level. As it's, believe it or not, disability kids with disabilities, they know how to work all the new technology like it's nothing though. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And still on the first grade and second grade reading and math level. You know, so I feel like, you know, some of the household priorities need to be a little bit rearranged, and they need to be
They
a
do.
little bit more involved to these children's lives in terms of education, because that's I mean that's the next generation. There's people
They
who
do.
are going to be lawyers, doctors, um, you know, etc. in order to make this country run
It's the next
smoothly,
workforce.
right?
Next workforce.
Yeah.
It's wild because we had a story here locally where the young guy was 18 and everybody else around him graduated. He had like a was a 1.0 GPA and didn't get past the ninth grade.
God,
Like how you make it through 4 years of high school and you think you about to graduate, you about to think you about to graduate and come time and you stuck in the ninth grade. You went to class. Yeah, like a 1.0, 1.9 GPA. It was a big story. It was a big story. Within like the last like year or so here. And
I know what his mama
all,
was doing.
all his classmates were graduating and he was like, nope, stop. Now his mom was working like 3 jobs to support him and his siblings. So of course stuff fell through the cracks, but you shouldn't be stuck in ninth grade at that point.
Oh,
And,
you
and
should take the initiative. Get your ass in coach class.
this young man didn't have a learning disability. That's not why he was stuck there. He just didn't go to school and do no work or nothing.
Sure.
Fell himself.
You know, and the main thing is that, especially like with high school students, that you just want to get them acclimated to what the real world looks like, and give them the responsibility that they'll end up having to have. Like, there's going to be a lot of times where you're going to do things that you don't want to do, and there's going to be a lot of times where some things that you don't know how to do. So you have to be able to, you know, be persistent and be aware of uh respecting your environment, and, you know, taking advantage of the teacher, taking advantage, you know, of this time where you have to have the ability to practice, you know, those adult life skills, and be able to be responsible right now, because once you get in the real world, you know,
Nobody give a damn. It's on you.
when nobody gives a damn, right?
You know what's so funny though? As many hours you spend in school, they don't really teach you much that's valuable for real life. And that's where your parents should come in. Because school
They
don't.
do teach you certain things. They teach you how to complete tasks, which you will need in real life. They teach you how
Yeah.
to actually get things done on time and time management, which you do need in real life.
And
People
look,
do not think of it like that.
and going to school on time, perfect attendance, that's a part of the job requirement. But also, who's teaching you financial literacy?
That comes from the home.
Exactly.
That's supposed to come from the home. A lot of people do not have that in the home, but that's supposed to come from the home.
But
I think it should be a
kind of
universal
hard.
thing. It should be a
Yeah.
universal thing between, you know, schools and at home as well, right? Remember, like, forgot what Kobe said, but it's more or less, you know, getting better takes years, right? Years and years and years of reinforcement. So it's not just one 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 section do their thing for a few years, and, you know, let's say the schools just do that part, but that's only one piece of the puzzle, right? You don't have somebody to reinforce it at home. You know, a lot of things could be, you know, levied as far as what's happening at home, and then what's happening in education. Because sometimes, you know, a lot of us leave things, you know, at school and do our own thing once we get home. You know, and we don't even touch things. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's always good to have the balance of reinforcement even at home, right? So you can have that cognitive skill that's like that.
Yeah, because at the same time, like I was saying about, the financial literature, I feel like the school should teach that because it's not even a lot of black people that know how to build their credit. Like, it's a lot of people don't know how to do that. So
Well, I'm
if
thankful
you
my
sitting
elementary
there,
school taught me that. I learned how to
huh?
write a check. I'm thankful my elementary school taught me that. I learned how to
No,
write a check. I
school
learned how to do all this
school
stuff.
taught me how to write a check
I
too.
learned how to balance the checkbook. I learned how to pay my bills. I learned all this stuff in school. I had
But they
teachers
don't
actually
teach you
teach
about
us
no
that.
credit. They don't tell you credit is king.
My teachers actually taught me. That's the thing. My teachers actually said, okay, we're gonna set aside some time. We're gonna teach you about this, what you need, how to get your credit score, right? How to do this. But that's not everybody has experience.
Yeah, and
Not
I was
everybody
ready to
has
say,
that.
but every teacher not gonna do that because some of the teachers themselves don't know about no damn credit.
That's true. That's very true.
That's true.
And you feel me? It's like it should be implemented into the school system because everybody know this typical black family, what they do. Kid get 18, they want to go with a kid getting put out. Like you putting your kid for failure before you even you ain't even teach them the world. Like me growing up, my mother taught me every fucking thing. Like paying bills on time. She paid them early. Doing all that, credit card, building the credit, and all that other good shit. There's a lot of shit this world that these kids don't know,
Very true.
need to know,
They do need to know, yeah.
but the knowledge is not given to them. And we
true.
can't, I can't fault the kid. You can fault the parents to a probably about 80% degree, but to get a school system about 20% of the blame because we setting ourselves for failure.
Yeah,
We
Yeah.
look at, I'm just saying, look at the wealthy people, black or white, Chinese or whatever the race they is. They got money. They always keep that shit.
Yeah, I
but
think
the thing is, they have things in
especially
place
schools that
to
offer
protect that.
certain trades. I think financial literacy should definitely be a course as well, and
Yes.
in these high
That's be a
schools.
that's be a
Because
mandatory course for high school.
that goes hand in hand.
Like,
Like,
thankfully, my parents opened up the books for me. They say, okay, this is how you pay the bills. At 14, they say, all right, you're going to be out of this house in a couple of years. This is how you pay bills. This is how you do this. This is how you do that. And do it all the time and make sure you're straight. Thankfully, I have my parents to do that for me. A lot of people don't. A lot of people don't have the resources to say, okay, this is what you do as an adult. This is how you avoid these mistakes. This is how you do this. This is how you do that. Everybody doesn't have that. They should have it. You would hope a child has that, but they don't. But
Yeah.
that's when we need people or programs start like we need like mentors or tutors something to actually bring these lessons to people.
Oh yeah.
well, let's just pray that things turn for the better. The future's always bright, right? We just gonna keep that glass half full.
Bright future, man.
Future's always bright as the sun.
Yes, sir. What we can do now, actually, Murphy, if we can, you can properly introduce yourself, tell people a little bit what you're about.
Oh man. Well, my name is Mr. Murphy. He's not properly saying my name. It's Mr. Murphy. I'm a diesel mechanic. I fix heavy equipment for a living. Make a lot of money doing it.
Yeah.
Great
All
money.
right. Where you grew up at? Aberdeen?
I grew up in Baltimore City on Poplar Grove. I still remember my old address, 3038 Normount Court.
Man. Right.
I grew up in the trenches.
You grew up in the trenches. Were you part of the trenches, or did you just grew up in it?
A little bit of in and out.
All right. What makes you get in the trenches? What makes you get out of the trenches? Let's start with the first one.
Well, bad influences. Me being stupid, product of your environment. Make me get out of it. Watching my brother go to jail all the time. Watching my mother sad and crying. And then watching my cousin get killed. Ain't the life for me.
Okay. Do you think you suffer any mental trauma or from things that you've seen or been through?
Honestly, no. I see shit and it like disappear out of my mind.
Okay. See, and this is why he's my bodyguard. You know, you just
So I got a short memory.
oh man. Uh, all right, world. Any questions?
What got you into being a digital mechanic?
Well, growing up, my mother would tell you this if you ever meet her, but I had a huge fascination with cars. Like I had shitloads of cars in my room, like probably more cars than you ever owned in your life. One day she threw them bitches out the window because I ain't cleaned my room. I went out there and I found every car. But I worked on cars like throughout middle school and high school. And then I just really ain't like cars because I love cars, but the engine so small, like the car is so small, like you got to take so much apart just to get to this little problem. Now I'm doing diesel, working on a big truck. I work on buses now. I ain't got to take all that shit off to get to this. Like if you want to do a belt, I had it on my Infinity per se. The belt system was riding on the left side of the car. So to do the belt, I had to take the battery out, take the wheel off, go through the wheel well just to change the fucking belt and the tensioner. On the big truck, I can literally just pop the hood, 13 millimeter, pull the tensioner off, unroute the belt, put the new belt on, put the tensioner back on. I'm done. I could do a belt on the truck, give or take maybe 5 minutes. On the car, it'll take me about an hour.
I take it that you were a hands-on student growing up.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. I like fixing.
You like fixing everything. Do you have any other ambitions growing up?
No, not really.
Respect. Leave it to Roy, because you know Roy, he likes to make babies. That's his
Yes, he did.
occupation.
And don't claim him. Don't leave that out.
Hey, don't. Yeah, that's he do. Thank you.
Yo, buddy.
Don't leave that part out.
Yo, got it. Yo, got it.
Oh my God, man. Ah, Lord have mercy.
All right, let's get to some of these subjects, man. All right, we're gonna go to this first one's a sports subject. I think y'all will like this.
Oh yeah.
All right, well, since as y'all know, Portland and Damien have decided to part ways because of what they did to draft. They was like, look, y'all go for somebody's gonna take my spot. Y'all said they was gonna build around me. That ain't happening. I gotta get up out of here. I gave y'all all the loyalty I could give y'all. I did everything I could do. It's not working out. Hey, I gotta go. I gotta go.
Well, my question is that does it make Damien Lillard a hypocrite?
No. It's
Yes
not
and
my
no.
opinion. In my
I'm gonna
opinion,
say
he did
yes
everything he could. He did everything he could and stood by his word for the most part there. Just because the team changed, like, hey, we're going for somebody younger. That's not on him. That's not on him.
But I don't even like, even with that you just said that, I don't even, yes and no, I would say hypocrite because he's the main one, just like Kevin Durant was. I'm not ring chasing, yada, yada, yada. And then he want to go to Miami out of all places. Why? Because they just went to the finals with what they had. And like for me, him choosing that, I just think it's stupid because I don't think Miami gonna be back to where they were. Like they
It
lost
was
so
a
many
fluke season. It was fluke.
I wouldn't say it was fluke because they got a lot of depth on their team, and they got people getting it out the mud. They got a whole shitload of what they had 7 undrafted players. You got people fighting and clawing for money for paydays.
That was kind of what made it fluky because they made it not with the roster they expected them to make it with because they lost Victor Oladipo and Tyler Hero throughout the playoffs, and then you go up against Bucks team where Giannis missed a few crucial games, and then let's say second round Knicks are then the Knicks.
The Knicks are the Knicks. Come on, man.
And then Boston.
Hey, you just seeing my reaction?
Boston was laid egg.
All about the
So
Knicks.
I feel like there was just a random just a random act of them just making the finals. It's just a random year.
Well, let me tell you why I don't feel that way though. Because they made it to the finals against my Lakers. With
That
damn near
year
the
was all,
same team.
we talked about this before. That year was also fluky too, as well.
Come on, man.
With COVID, the bubble situation,
Everybody played in the bubble.
Everybody
lot
played
of
the bubble. It was the
teams
same-
giving up who
it was
could have
the
tried
Everybody
to
same
make it to the
situation.
plan.
Nobody had that bad in the bubble. Nobody had
didn't-
the bad in the bubble.
They didn't
Nobody had
have.
the
There
bad.
was no fans. There was no pressure. So
And it was no
it was
advantage for
kinda,
nobody. Look, no, you saying no fans, no pressure. I'm gonna name a player that TJ Warren. What the fuck? Yo was averaging like 30.
yeah, no fans, no pressure. You know, it was all like, I'm just a regular player. I'm out here hooping. Ain't
But
nothing else to do.
you should be able to play without
I
fans.
don't have
You're a
anything
real
to
hooper. You should be able to
distract
play
me.
without
I'm
fans.
in the bubble. I'm in my hotel.
It was a neutral ground.
It was
It's
neutral.
That's not the way that we know. Sports to be.
But listen,
There's a reason
they-
why there's home field advantage. There's a reason why there's home field advantage.
Yes, but guess what? When
And
the
people
Ravens
play
played
different
in COVID,
when there's a crowd of people. We all know that.
when football played, there wasn't no people in there either.
Yeah, that's true. It's very true.
There
Football,
wasn't no people in there.
that was
No.
kind of different though.
No, but football is actually more dependent on the fans.
Yes, because football, depending on the fans, when that momentum changed,
it changed.
And
It
all
really
loud,
changes.
and the kicker try and kick the kick, and you up in, let's say you up in Seattle Stadium. You know they got one of the fucking loudest stadiums. It's not the loudest. You try and kick that ball. You first of all, when you trying to even hike the ball, you can't hear. The stadium is so loud, it get you a delayed game. What that take you back 5 yards? You ain't got nothing like that in basketball. Because all you gotta do is look up at the
because
shot
the crowd is closer to you, right? Believe me, they got $1 million tickets for a half court seat.
Just look at it. Look at Jordan Poole. When them people up in the crowd, he just trying to show off. That's all he trying to do.
That's true.
He's trying to show off and press the girls. That's it.
But getting back to the point, I think with Dame that it's just really I mean, he would be a hypocrite, saying after everything he said in terms of saying trying to stay loyal to the soil and trying to build something in Portland to one now be traded. But I feel like it's a little too late now in terms of like the opportunities they could have, potentially ended up with. And now
could have been on the Lakers.
Now he's about 3 or 4 years older than the time where it was time for him to truly go. But
could have been on the Lakers.
To the Wizards, but
them chicken gizzards.
You may still can come to the Wizards. You never know.
Man.
But Damien, I think Dame. Well, I would respect that he would have said, you know what, I'm gonna stick with Portland. I'm gonna play with Scoot. We'll figure out a third player, and we're gonna ride this bad boy out.
They got Jeremy Green.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, shit, you want to build your own legacy, right? I mean, and you're not really necessarily building your legacy. You're trying to team up with somebody else, and then who might join Miami, but I don't think they're gonna win the finals.
Me neither.
I don't. So I think that's just a lateral move, just for you to get criticized more, and don't let you play bad. Then you really gonna hear.
Hey man,
and then my other point about that, like going to Miami, is night and day versus West and East. You leaving the West where it's stacked. When you look at it, you got the Nuggets, you got the Suns, you got the Kings. They up and coming. Don't sleep on the Timberwolves. Of course, you got my Lakers. You got to look out for OKC. They got a nice little bright young team.
Mm-hmm.
And then who knows? The Spurs might turn around in a couple years. They got a bunch of draft picks. I mean, you go on the West, who you gonna really worry about? Boston and Milwaukee. Everybody else you can laugh at. Toronto dismantled the team. The Wizards, the Wizards are the Wizards league. I ain't gonna say too much about them. I mean, the Hawks, Trae Young can't get out his own way. Your boy P loves him some Ice Trae. I call him Ash Trae. But I mean, he go to the West, he go to Miami. Of course, they're gonna be a top 3, 4 seed, but that's just based off the competition over there.
That's true.
You in the West, you see they struggle.
Yeah, he
Oh, yeah.
They struggle, and then it don't even make no sense for him to stay there. They got 4 guards. They just drafted Scoop. They got Anfrey. He would be number 3, and then you got Shade and Shaw. You got enough minutes for all of them.
True. I also wonder Portland really messed up their decision making as well, as far as like putting pieces around him and even developing their own roster, because
They
like you
said they were
said,
going young.
they had a whole
That's
bunch.
why he
Well,
picked up
they got a
Scoot.
whole
He
bunch of
was going
guards, or
young.
they have a whole bunch of tweener players where they can start, but they're really better suited on as a role player on a different team, I would say. And I think they really messed up in the beginning by a few years back not we signing Marcus Aldridge.
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
that would have changed
That was
their fortune. Having Marcus Aldridge in his prime with Dame and merging up becoming CJ McCollum.
And then I knew Dame was leaving when they traded McCollum. There was no way that he's gonna stay there.
Well, yeah, he should have been traded when CJ got traded.
He should have been traded to the Lakers.
Well, I ain't gonna go that far, not necessarily.
But they
he should have been
definitely
traded.
kept LA. They should have kept LaMarcus Aldridge because like they made noise that run. And then just think about it. You kept Marcus Aldridge, and then Nurkic was coming into his own. You could have had a nice little 1-2 punch down in the paint. Then you got McCollum and Dame. That team could have got over the hump against Golden State when KD had got hurt.
But the funny thing about that series, though, Dame choked that series.
Oh, he's
they choked. They choked because they had the lead going to the fourth quarter, and all 4 of those games where they got swept.
Yeah, I was mad as shit. I was like, KD hurt. It's Dame time. I said it's Dame time.
Dame time can't blame time.
I lied.
Chef started chefing the teriyaki chicken.
Mm-hmm. It's like Chris Paul and his bulky hamstrings choked on the Rockets too. I was mad about that shit too, yo. They had Golden State at the neck. Chris Paul said,
He did the same thing this year.
You know, I'm too bad right there, man. Leave him alone.
God. Well, who we got else? Basketball. Victor, right? Go ahead, bro.
We're talking about Wemby. Wemby is Summer League debut, man. Game 1 and game 2, 2 different night and day. And of course, he hasn't been acclimated into the NBA yet. They don't have no plays. They was out there running, basically. Game 2 was better than game 1, of course. Game 1 was very disappointing for me. People were like, oh, he's going to be a bust. People go like, oh, he the best. Oh, this, that. I say, let's wait till you actually have an actual NBA game to see what we're going to say about him. But he did well for Summer League. He did well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did. He was decent. I didn't overreact the first game because 1 is just Summer League, and then 2 was 1 game. Like, I mean, he had 987 or some shit like that.
Something like that.
I mean, it wasn't nothing too crazy, but like you said, he played over up in France.
Yeah, he was dominating them motherfuckers. That was terrible.
Yeah, and then he gotta get adjusted to the NBA game.
The NBA game is way different. Different than that game over there.
He's slender. He got to put some weight on.
The crazy thing is his management said we don't want to put on weight.
Well, I guarantee you his manager gonna change his mind real soon.
Because when he go on weight for his position, he has to put on weight. He got
it. But when he go up against a motherfucker like Joel Embiid, that's about 330 pounds.
Oh, he get bowled over.
Good night, Irene. He gonna dunk on his head, and I'ma laugh. And like I told his ass to put some weight on. He's 110 soaking wet.
Yeah, he need the weight.
I hope that. Well, what is he like? 18, 19 years old?
Like 19.
He's a little older than that.
I think he's like 18, 19, something like that.
So around that age. Let's see.
I just hope that, you know what I mean, he doesn't grow anymore. If he does, he might end up with more,
Lower body.
be more, injury
Yeah,
prone.
he's 19. He still got like
Because we might
2,
have a
3 years of still
7'9"
growing.
player on the court,
And he
and
does
Yeah.
till he's 21, so he can still
that's
keep
going to
growing.
be difficult. That's going to be difficult for him to maneuver around and stay healthy, at that height.
Need to grow into his man body.
But I mean, clearly he's going to make all-star games based upon him playing defense and being a rim protector like
Rudy Gobert.
So I mean, if he gets like,
We're gonna see. We're gonna see.
if he taps into 7% of what he could do offensively, I think he's going to definitely be a top 10 player in 3 to 4 years.
You don't think he'll be
You
a
know?
rookie of the year contender?
Oh,
And you can't teach height. You can't teach height. You can't teach height.
You can't teach height. You're right. You can't teach that.
No,
And-
you can't teach height, but you still gotta have heart.
Yeah, you still got the skill set too.
I see the professionalism. I think him definitely going to Spurs is definitely going to bring. He got a lot of mentorship. Let's say with Pop.
Oh yeah.
he
He
just
had a
got the
good system. He had a
extension.
good system for him. I see that. He had a good system for
Tim
him.
Duncan being in the wings and Dave Robinson.
I was
So he
thinking
has
Dave
all the
Robinson.
mentoring that he could possibly have. I think he's just putting in the work, gaining a little bit of weight, not a lot of weight, because that's going to change his whole game in terms of gaining weight. I think he just need to bulk up just a little bit, kind of like how Giannis did.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know how Giannis and KD came in? Giannis and KD both came in slender as shit. And they just added mass. That's all you did, add a little muscle. Little muscle mass, and then that's all you need. Yeah, I don't want him to go 300 pounds like Joel. I don't know.
He's gonna fill out a little bit more. Just fill out a little bit more.
No, he's not built like how Yao Ming was. He's tall, but he also was stout.
Yao Ming had weight. What, he was 7'1", 7'3", something like that?
7'6".
Huh?
Yao Ming 7'6". Yep.
Legit. Like 7'3".
Taller than that.
Yeah,
I think Boban's 7'3", something like that.
7'6" and got blocked by Nate Robinson, who was 5'9".
He did. He got blocked by him twice.
Crazy. That was crazy
twice.
shit.
This is back when the NBA was actually so
physical,
crazy. People were getting
that's crazy as shit though. That's crazy.
Shots. Like when people made plays, they were more spectacular and it came at a more explosive amount. And we see this shit on Sports Center. Now it seems as though things are a lot different with can't really play defense, and also people are just scared for terms of getting a highlight ran on. But it is what it is.
You gonna have to dunk on me.
Especially on 2K. That's what they do.
Yeah, that's what I do, dunk on people.
Yeah,
that's true.
Or get dunked on. Oh my god. All right, bro, you got next, bro?
Let's see. All right, let's go with the Sheen Rico case, man.
Okay.
All right, for those of y'all that don't know, Sheen or Shein, however you pronounce it, the fast fashion clothing company that just had a big influencer meetup like last month. We had all these influencers come over there, see the factory, see the building, see all that other stuff, had glow reviews. Well, they are now in a RICO case. Got charges on them. They also in there for IP theft and a couple other things, but they got their federal charges on them. They going down with their RICO. Nobody survived a RICO case. Nobody survived that shit. The only people that actually survived it were Herb Geiger's brother. That's because they weren't actually involved in anything to do with RICO. They were just caught up in the damn case. They still lost their label. They still lost millions of dollars over that shit. They actually won, but they the only ones that won that shit. And she and get past their charges. They did that shit. They did all that shit. They have like 6 shell companies that company A sells company B sells company C sells company D, and all of them go back to Shein and selling shit. Like company A is steal your prop, steal your IP, whether it be your clothing, your designs and shit. Sell to company B to make it. Company C do some shit, make a new name for it. Company D sell it right to Shein, and they sell it to you. And all of it the same company.
Wow.
What the fuck?
It's a shell game, baby. It's a shell game. It's crazy because that RICO was coming. It's coming down hard.
Yeah, they in trouble.
they
They selling Ricos like it's hotcakes. What's
Like
going
I said,
on?
nobody survived the Rico.
Nobody. Not even you, Ryan.
Oh, I
Yeah.
get the Rico, bro. I ain't did nothing. I ain't did nothing. I don't know nothing.
Yeah,
I
I
ain't
don't
did
know, man.
nothing. I don't know
You
jack.
got like 5 million
No.
different rags, Roy. I don't know.
Yeah, the do-rags come cheap, baby. Do-rags come cheap.
Still ain't got no
Ain't
damn
no
way.
Rico. Ain't no
Got
Rico,
the-
no, bro.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. I teach you. Because you got the do-rag on wrong. You got, I mean, see the line? You got to flip that over, bro.
The Rico is gonna be a crazy case. I want to see how this plays out. I want to see how this plays out and what they actually did. Because of course, they're a Chinese company, whatever. And I want to see how this actually plays out in international court here. But who's actually gonna come to court? What lawyers they gonna say and all that. And I wonder how long the website's gonna stay up doing this.
So my question is that is people going to get their packages and what's going on?
We don't know. They might. I don't know how long they're gonna be on. They might. They might not.
You
We
ain't
don't know.
getting nothing. All traffic stop.
They might. The packages might come in. They might say, "Hold up, Homeland Security, stop that shit at the border." Like, oh, these packages gotta go back around. Go ahead. TSA catch that shit. Like, oh, go back
Is
around.
people afterpay still going through? Like,
I'm guessing the pay's going through, but we don't know if they're gonna say, "Hey, you got to the border. We got the ship container here. Send that shit on back or destroy it or what." We don't know. We have no idea. We're gonna see what the government gonna do.
So I got a question. I think FanDuel might need to get a Rico as well.
Why? Why
This
would
is
you say?
this is losing money every week. Don't mean they need to get the damn Rico. Get the hell out of here, yo. Get the hell out of here,
gotta
They ain't
do
got
man.
nothing to do with the team selling.
We gotta do some type of investigation on them niggas. At worst, the niggas in a Ponzi scheme, but we not,
Man,
tell
get
them
out
what's
of
the
here.
hoodens.
Get out of here.
Ponzi
Oh,
scheme.
we got one more sports thing we talk about real quick. LeBron at the ESPYs the other night said he coming back for another season. He said, "Hey, gonna quit till he think he cheating the game. Then he gonna actually leave. He gonna bow out." But he said for this season coming up, he gonna come back.
Yeah, I talked to LeBron the other day. The Lakers is my team, so
But
LeBron was
get out of
like,
here.
he gave me the insider,
Get out
so
of
I
here.
kind of knew.
Oh, 10 minutes ago, you was
I
saying,
knew
let's go.
like I knew 2 days, earlier. The Wizards is my team on 2K. That's different.
There's
Lakers my
a second
team in
part
real
to
life.
this. And second part to this that we're gonna talk about, which is his what is it?
Trip.
Rich Porter? That's name?
Rich Paul.
Yeah, Rich Paul said that without athleticism, LeBron is Karl Malone. What y'all thoughts on both of these things?
Well, let's start with that.
Mm,
Karl Malone wasn't a bum.
Nobody said Karl Malone was a bum.
That
He
was
said
a man. They called him.
Well, no, that's
athleticism.
he's saying it's a comment. Like if LeBron wasn't athletic,
he would be Karl Malone.
He'll be Karl Malone, which is a Hall of Fame player, top 50, regardless. But he's
Same
saying
build,
like
same size.
with his skills,
I can say
he's top
might be.
2, is arguably number 1.
No, he is number one.
Arguably,
Number one. He's number one.
arguably.
He's number one.
MJ still number 1.
No.
MJ still number 1.
No.
We're gonna have a podcast just
Well,
about
LeBron's the closest to, but
if we
MJ
go to rings as well. What are you talking about?
We're gonna have a podcast with just LeBron and Jordan debate.
Yeah.
Everybody on this motherfucker.
Yeah, we gotta do that.
Because I'm telling you, the shit that I'm gonna spit, you ain't gonna look at Jordan like that no more.
Yeah.
Listen, that 6-0 look real good, brother. But he was a super team before the super team.
Well, but he is the super team.
No, he ain't. He ain't win nothing without Scottie Pippen.
Look at all of years he made some playoffs.
But yeah, Scottie
gone. All of years he didn't make it. All of years he won like 80, 84 to 80, like 90 something. He didn't make the shit. He didn't make shit. He was getting.
But Jordan retired to play baseball, right? Jordan retired to play baseball. Yeah,
that was gambling. That was gambling, motherfucker. That was gambling.
Good run. And if the Bulls never split up after '98, it would never ring.
Well, they were going to split up. The management said we'll give a fuck. We all win a ring or not.
I'm saying they did not. They were going to win another one.
I mean, that's your opinion. They was old, like around there, just like Jordan capitalized Bad Boys Pistol and them got old.
Oh yeah.
They was up in age. That shit
Yeah.
wouldn't be.
I just know when Michael Jordan came to my whistle, he still averaged about 20.
And did they have a winning record?
He averaged 20. He didn't impact winning. Your
They had a
numbers
winning
can
record,
look
didn't they?
good, but if you don't impact winning,
20, 23 back in those days, and him fresh with missing 3 years.
mm-hmm.
That's
And
tough.
guess what Kobe was doing? Cooking them.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, you talking
Cooking.
about a 38, 39-year-old man? You talking about?
Cooking them.
Yeah, we see a 38, 39-year-old man doing better than that right now. We see a LeBron doing
I
that.
see a man that old cooking them.
Jordan was cooking in the All-Star game though that year.
All-Star, really? Whatever. You got it.
That's where all the best players is.
You got it.
Besides myself.
Get out of here. Get the hell out of here, bro. Get out of here, bro. Come on. You take it too far. You take it too damn far. All right, let's go to something brand new. For those of you that don't know, the FDA has just approved an over-the-counter birth control pill. We don't know when it's going to release. I expect it to release within the next year. Again, there's no official release date, but it has been approved by the FDA. So it is coming to stores.
Coming to a store near you, Ryan.
Get one. I think it's great. I think it's great that you don't have to go get a prescription now to get a birth control pill. I think it's great that you can just walk into a store. You will be able to walk into a store and go get this. So if you're a young lady that feels embarrassed about going to a doctor or something like that, or don't want people to know, or don't feel like having family or business, whatever, just go to the store, get your birth control pills, get them out of there.
Hey, Lane, you know what thing is great, right?
I think it's great. I'm waiting for the male birth control pill to get approved, so I'm gonna take that.
He limited the amount of kids he can have.
My question is it crazy when you tell your girl that, like, hey baby, you take your medicine today?
Yeah, that's.
Do I gotta crush up the pill, put in the rice-a-roni real quick, or? You know?
You stupid.
Also, is that birth control pill going to cost more than Plan B?
That's a totally different thing, brother. That's a totally different thing.
That's a good question, though.
That's a good question. We don't know what the price is going to be.
Exactly.
It don't make no sense to buy a birth control. Well, if they getting them like
those are two different things. Those are different.
I don't know how much Plan B costs because I never had to get one.
It depends on where you get it. It from. It goes from
one of them definitely works.
Like 60 something.
We don't know about the new stuff. We know one that's definitely going to work versus the one that, I mean,
but if they do the birth control for $35, how many gonna come in a pack?
Again, I don't know. I'm not the manufacturer of this. I just found out.
I know you're not. I'm just saying, like, that's just the. I got so many questions.
I would assume that whatever comes in a standard birth control pack will come into the pack you buy over the counter.
Maybe it gotta be like $15.99 and come with about 7. Mm-hmm.
Or they should just buy
maybe 14, something like that.
You know, this is the last for the whole month, right? That they take these every day to last the whole month of birth control pill, right? You know that, right?
Oh, so never mind. They gonna tax the show.
What are you talking about?
What I'm thinking about.
But I got a better solution. Just put a fucking head on your head. Ding ding.
That still don't prevent.
We talking about reality, Murphy. Ain't nobody.
I know.
That is a good deterrent. That is a good deterrent, but you're supposed to have the birth control.
The only cap you wear on the head is this do-rag.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. I wrap it up every time. Fuck, I'm out of here, bro.
He know another cap. It's called Captain Crunch. He eat that.
I do eat that. You're right. I do eat that. Captain Crunch is delicious, but no, I wrap it up every time, bro.
No. I think
sex over here.
I think people are still gonna go looking for the Plan B route. Making sure.
That's a different thing, bro. That's a different thing.
It's It's literally the same thing.
No, it's not. It's
Except for
emergency.
this time,
No,
except
it's
for the
not.
plan
It's
B is
emergency
actually
contact
working.
service.
Is working into effect for what you needed to do.
Listen, Plan B is emergency.
Am I wrong?
contraceptive.
Am I lying?
Well, slightly you're wrong.
You
Slightly
are
you're
wrong.
right. Plan B basically.
It's a oops.
Oh,
I
you
said raw
pregnant?
sex. Yeah.
You killing the baby.
Well, no, not pregnant. If you had raw
Not
sex
pregnant.
with 17-hour period, you take your Plan B so you don't get pregnant.
Same thing, birth control. Because that's what birth control is. Y'all just gonna be in there. That's the problem. That's your problem, Ryan. Your problem. You just want to shoot the club up and feed the girl pill and shit.
Shut the I'll wrap it up, bro. I'll wrap it the fuck up, man.
Just because you wrap your do-rag around your head.
Oh, y'all done. All right.
The moral of the story is you can wrap it up, or B, go with the plan B and you know what I mean, do what you gotta do.
Yeah,
that's why they call it Plan B and not Plan A.
Right. Yeah, that's right. All right, let's go. We can go to these strikes real quick. For those of you that don't know, we've been in a writer's strike for a while now. They're supposed to go back to the table tomorrow, July 14th, for the writers, between the writers and the union. And I said this before that the actors were going to strike. The actors' contract ended today. So the actors are also on strike. So it's a writer's strike and an actor strike right now, both about pay and residuals. Again, the writer's strike is because their pay structure isn't correct, and they don't get anything back. And also, the way the writers' room was set up, it used to be 40 weeks of writing or whatever. They usually like 5, 6, maybe 8 weeks of writers' room, whatever. The pay is very unproportionate, and there is no backing for them. With regular TV, there used to be residuals you would get. If your show went to syndication or your movie went to TV, you got a back end check with your royalties that you would get for residuals that you would get for your show or movie playing on the television station worldwide. Because streaming didn't exist during the writer's strike in 2007, there was no back end money for them when Hulu, Disney Plus, HBO Max, or Max, whatever it is now, all these streaming sites popped up. They had to renegotiate this now to get their backing, to figure out what the rate will be. Like, say they stream a movie $10,000, whatever their pay will be for the actors and the writers. They had to figure that out now on both sides of the contract. Now, the big executives, there was a leaked article that said that the executives were going to try to starve the writers out until they start losing their homes and their apartments, so they come back to the table. They'll put pressure on their union rights to come back to the table. Now, if you know any writers or actors, you know that these are unsteady gigs. You can make a big amount of money one year, a little bit of money the next year. It's a known trope that most waiters are actors and writers because it's such an unsteady gig. It's a true trope, but it's a known trope. Now, if you're a writer, you of course have, or acting, you of course have many side gigs in between your acting gigs because you're not always going to land something. Now, hopefully the unions can make it so they get their fair deal during the contract negotiations for both the actors and the writers. And nobody breaks the line, nobody comes to scam, nobody do no bullshit, because of course the UK brethren are actually joining in us with the strike because they're also a union too, so they're joining with us. So actors and writers are striking. Do not cross the picket lines. Stand with the unions. Stay strong. Let's work these contracts out. What are y'all thoughts?
My question is that once we renegotiate everything, can we get a rewritten version of the last season of Game of Thrones?
No.
That's really all I care about.
The showrunners were not writers. They were known as non-writers for the show. They had no writing experience when they pitched this show. They're in the union, but they are not writers.
Well, somebody got to get
we're not
writing
going to
something. They got to rewrite.
Shit. A lot of movies and TV shows about to shut down.
That's all I care about.
TV shows about to shut down. Everything is in production right now is done.
Yeah, I'm a little upset about that because I need some shit to watch.
Me
So
too.
you gotta check your backlog. I'm pretty sure
So
you
we
got a
got
big
power.
backlog
We
of
got
shows you
power. I
gotta watch.
need my power episodes. I need my All American episodes. I need them to make some new episodes of House. Hopefully they can oblige me now.
House has been fucking canceled.
Hey, look,
All Americans get a truncated season
shit,
of
some
10
shit can be
episodes.
recontracted, renegotiated, and reworked.
House ain't coming
Shout out
back
to
unless
Birdman.
House is
I
not coming
learned all
back
that
until the
from him.
reboot.
A lot of shows canceled because the money don't be right.
Again, that's what these is about. The money gotta be right for this stuff.
Because we got all these 360 deals, like when we play with Roy and GTA.
Get the
Yeah, when he get
fuck out of
90%
here,
of the
bro.
cap, and man, you go get 5%.
Yeah, I'll bring up
Exactly.
5%. We get 25 each, man. Get the hell out of here, y'all.
Get
Y'all think I'm getting that much
$5,000.
money? Get out of here.
You done got 500,000. We got 5,000 each. Crazy.
He swindled the shit out of it, yo.
Yeah, real quick.
Y'all funny. Y'all funny.
Hey, you guys want to run this little race? Next thing you know, we'll be like, sure.
broke.
Why not? You know, we
I
could
spent more money.
Y'all both get your folks.
I'm in the red
the
somehow.
negotiation.
I'll be in the red. I done did the red with you.
I said y'all both give your people. What y'all think about these gig negotiations, man?
Well, I think they need to make it right for both parties. Like, you got to come to a happy ground, happy middle.
Yeah, you gotta do a happy medium. Yeah.
Yeah, negotiations gonna,
Yeah, but
of course.
the medium for the studios is terrible for everybody else.
But they need a very strong union rep that's really gonna fight for them.
They do.
Like, I know where I'm at with MTA. Like, we got strong ass union reps. It's not just one. We have a magnitude of them.
I think the actors union rep is Fran Drescher. And she's good. She's good at what she does. I don't know who the writers union rep is.
And you gotta make it right.
I mean, I think now in the age of social media, that it's all about leverage, and right now, with the fact that there's no staple payment method with streaming, in terms of the TV and movie space, it makes it so much easier for the actors and writers to get fucked over,
Yeah.
But in a sense, I think we're gonna start to see a wave of more people coming with more content via YouTube or direct to consumer, and make the money that way. So I think in the future we'll be seeing more people on YouTube or really some of the TV shows and movies, direct to the consumer. So maybe this might be like a bright spot for the next up and coming people in terms of this situation. But I think they'll come to a common ground agreement. I mean, there's money to be had, so I think more people rather have some income versus none, and they'll probably come to probably not a favorable deal to the actors and writers, but they'll come to the deal to where, hey, we might do this for 10 years or so, and then come back to the table with a better offer. See how the landscape is. It'd probably be a shorter deal versus a longer deal, I'd say, if they get something done within this year, I say.
Well, they have to stay strong, because think about it like this: if they don't go hard this year, they do a long contract, they're fucked. Because again, the streaming shit didn't exist when they did it last time. If they don't get something in place now, it's not going to be the best thing, because nobody has the actual rates or anything. Nobody has the rates to say, okay, because before, like, if you're stopping streaming on TV, or if your movie or TV show with the syndication, your movie premiered on a TV station, there was a set rate. Like say you had a new Batman movie premiered on HBO Max, and you had a new Spider-Man on Cinemax, and a new Avengers on Showtime. They all had set rates on what the back end of residuals would be. It didn't matter how many times they played a day, how many times they did anything. They had a set rate within the contracts. We're selling the exclusivity rights to this channel, and you'll get this amount on the back end. And it was, of course, it was negotiated movie by movie, but it was a set rate that they had. You might get more, you might get less, depending on what you were as an actor. You were a higher actor, you get more. You were lesser known actor, you get less. But there was a set rate. But when streaming came in, there was no residuals. There was no back end. Like a show like Baywatch. Baywatch did great in syndication worldwide. And that's still played on TV to this day. It's also on streaming services. But when they go to streaming services, the actors and the writers don't get anything in the back end of the shit. The producers do because they're with the production company. They buy the rights for the production company. So the producers are always going to eat. So unless you're a showrunner or a producer on the show, you're not going to be back everybody down with the streaming shit.
Big business keeping their money booming.
Exactly.
So hopefully they give it a strong enough. The unions are strong enough to say we have to negotiate a fair deal for us. Of course, you want to be equitable on both ends, but the studio needs to give more, and the union needs to get more. Of course, they're not going to get everything they want. That wouldn't be fair, but they need to get the majority of what they want and make it equitable for them to come back to work.
So my question: do you think that negotiations
They have a fair set rate?
Do you think the negotiations are going to be longer, or you think there's going to be a pacifier to maybe get to short-term deal and then get to a long-term deal, or do you think there comes to a long-term settlement within this year or maybe the beginning of next year? What do you think?
Well, we know it's going to be longer because they said they're going to try to stall these people out, so we know it's going to be longer. The businesses, the streaming services aren't coming to the negotiating table in good faith. They aren't. We know they aren't. I think they'll do a short deal, maybe 2-3 years, maybe 5 at the longest. For a short term deal, they come back later. I'm hoping they bang out something there for maybe 3 years. Say, okay, we know what the base pay we want is now. Let's see how this works out, and then we'll say, okay, let's go back to the table in 2 or 3 years and say, okay, the base pay we had was wrong. It was too low. We negotiated wrong. We need to go for a higher base pay. We need to go for a longer length of this. Work the details out better. But hopefully they come back and do a shorter term deal.
What do you think, Murph? Longer deal or shorter deal?
I'm thinking shorter. You do short term, small patch, keep both parties happy. And then you got to find something up with that streaming shit. Like, you got to.
There's no set rate right now.
And it's going to be hard for them to try to negotiate that when they willing to let you fucking lose your shit, your house, your cars, and all that shit, just for you to come back basically begging for your job. Like I said, big business. All they worry about is their money. They don't give a fuck about you.
And plus, they won't show the union the numbers because each streaming service has different numbers. They might say on Amazon you need 20,000 streams to do this, or they might say on Hulu you need 30,000 streams, or on Disney Plus you need 5,000 streams to get whatever the base pay would be. But we don't know what these numbers are, what the base pay would be. That's what they. I say they negotiate what they deem will be a fair deal for both sides. Now do 3 years at the least. Do 3 years and come back to the table 3 years and say, okay, we worked out with this point. We've seen what everything do. Make sure the union has actual access to the numbers, and then after that, say, okay, we went too low, we went too high, and renegotiate at that point.
Yeah, we can meet in the middle. Nice little happy meet. I mean, we'll see how it play out.
Yeah, we'll see.
Both parties gonna lose money at the end of the day.
Yeah, but the writers are losing more than the big companies are.
Yeah,
big companies are still they still have works that they can actually show. Like they're not losing TV shows. They still have stuff that's constantly streaming, so they aren't losing any major money.
Yeah, but
they're losing stuff they can write off. They're losing the amount they may be up there amount they write off maybe 5%. That's it, but that's not a hit to their bottom line.
It will be when you can't produce nothing.
Yeah, there's a lot of consumers, and at the end of the day,
the only thing is
when there's a consumer there's money to be made, and they're not going to let petty financial grace, especially when there's enough to go around.
It's more than enough to go around.
Way more.
I agree.
Oh,
Okay.
speaking of unions, the was it the railroad union finally worked out a fucking deal with the government. If y'all don't know, if y'all remember, was it like late last year, early this year, where it was about to be a railroad strike where nothing was about to be moving and shit,
Mm-hmm.
and they had to have Congress come in and sign some shit because the was it the railroad was working on good. No, the union was working on good faith. The railroad wasn't. The railroad was about to fucking move. So Congress had to come out and say, "Oh, this shit not getting done. We had to work out something real quick, get this done, because nobody's going to get nothing. No materials going to move at all, because you know a lot of stuff moved through the railway system."
Mm-hmm.
They actually worked out a contract now where these people get the right pay they're supposed to get, the break they're supposed to get, and the pay they're supposed to get, and everything. But this is month after they announced everything with Congress. So everything is finally worked out. The railroad workers supposed to get what they're supposed to get.
They work hard.
This
They
is
need
uh, this just stems from the good and bad about capitalism when things have to get really bad in order for the right things to happen.
Yeah, they gonna get that back pay, but it's fucked up. They had to work through all that turmoil, and actually had the government come and say, "Hey, y'all have to work, or we're gonna get shut down. Like nothing gonna come, nothing's gonna actually work. Y'all have to work. Like we don't care to do what shit's broke down. We're gonna have to pay y'all later on the back end, but y'all gotta work." Even though they had a legitimate gripe of what was going on, they were really treated bad. They still had to work because they came and said, "Look, we need this country to run."
Yeah. Let me grab my charger right quick.
Oh, go ahead.
What do you think?
Keep talking though.
All right, let's see what we got. Let's do one or two more things to get about here. Let's see what we got.
I think we got your girl Kiki.
Okay, we do the Kiki Palmer thing.
And we got like more.
Oh, we could go back to the God. Let's see, what is this at? What is this at? We can talk about Florida. Oh, we got to talk about Florida and the insurance thing. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that next. We're gonna do the Florida insurance thing real quick. We gotta hop on that. That's the next thing we're gonna talk about. That's the next thing we gotta talk about.
Okay.
All right, we could do the Kiki thing for last. All right, we do that. The Florida insurance thing, Kiki thing last. We can do the riot. That we got out of here.
Yeah, I'm all for it. Roy, I was wondering,
Yeah.
what do you see a lot on social media as of lately?
What do I see a lot of? It's the
In
same.
terms of the women and men dynamic.
It's the same tired arguments I'm tired of seeing online.
That's nice. I don't know why I've seen like so much women bashing men. Or like
I'm
it's not
tired of
even
seeing the.
like bashing men is just more or less like they'll drum up statuses or like tweets that stirs up uh to beating down their projection on how men are, like
I'm tired of seeing these same couple subjects
in a negative fashion, just for no
Yeah,
reason, just to spark up
I know what you're talking about.
conversation,
I know what you're talking about.
to get like followers to say, oh, uh these men are dogs, they don't treat women right, and
No, that's the man
there's
you
no
deal with.
respect,
That's
like
the messed up part.
this
Those are the people
generation
you
is
pick.
shit, and clearly, from a realistic standpoint, like that's not necessarily the case. It might have been your experience, and there might be people who share your experience, but I say on the whole that people are going to be people, and there are good men, there's bad men, there's good women, there's bad women. I think once if you keep on putting out that negative energy, that's the more people that you're going to deal with based upon the things that you say and the energy that you give out.
Let me just say this: social media isn't real. It is, of course, the opinions of people on there are real mostly, but social media isn't real. A lot of the takes and opinions on there are fake or just for show. And a lot of them like, oh, I don't date short people. But I see short niggas dating tall women all the damn time. They're like, oh, I
Mm-hmm.
won't date a dude if he don't make so much. And I'm like, They don't make a lot, but you date them. Like, these are contradictory points and stuff just for social media. Like I'm tired of saying, oh, you don't take me on a $200, $300 date. Like, you're not paying for the date. Why are you worried about a bunch of costs? If you enjoy the person's company and you enjoy what y'all doing, just enjoy the damn date. You're not there to impress people. You're there to make a genuine connection on a date and see if y'all gonna actually work out as a couple or friends or whatever it is y'all try to do on that date. I'm tired of seeing these fucking subjects come up every day on my timeline. They're like, oh, he took me on this, he took me here, he took me there, and he didn't do this, he didn't do that. Well, you know how to play a date so perfectly. You play a date and take a man out and you pay for the shit.
You know what the date gonna be? It's gonna be a $30,000 date for 8 hours. Like, come on now, like that's like, the problem with society, though.
It is.
It's people perception, and people want this and that. They want all the glitter and gold, and you're not even willing to get the same thing back. Like,
they don't want the person no more. They want
the value
the person can provide for them, right?
All right, think about this.
They don't care about
how many times have you had to plan a date for a woman? You say, I have to think about where we going, what we're going to do, how much it cost, will she like it? Will she like the options there? You have to plan all this shit out. And what she gotta do? Get ready and get dressed for the date.
All you gotta do is get ready and get in the passenger seat, because you know they ain't driving. They want you to drive.
Right. That's a good point.
Like, I know all about it.
If they have all the ideas for the dates, but don't take you on no dates, don't suggest nothing. Like, oh, you supposed to decide. You supposed to be the man. You supposed to pick this. If you got all these ideas, you decide this shit. You come up with something.
Shit,
I don't have no problem with chivalry.
I'm talking in general.
I think the problem,
not like.
The problem is
we know I'm good in a relationship. Your partner should reciprocate. I think
the problem with relationships and well, not relationships, more or less dating, is the fact that it's a sense of entitlement to that. Hey, I gotta either be all about you, but you don't really have to be all about me. If that makes sense, right?
That makes sense.
And
that's most women you're dating.
And that's not how a relationship is supposed to work, right? And because at the end of the day, you know, I might have everything, and then one day I might lose it all. That can literally happen to anybody, right? Were you with me for me, or were you with me for everything that I can provide?
That's the only question that she can answer.
That's true. That's true.
Because you got good women out here, don't get me wrong. Some women that's with you because it's you. They feel like you the best thing that ever happened to them. But and you got some women, they see them deep pockets, ride around, nice car, looking nice, haircut, stay sharp. Shit. They like, I want some of that.
That's true.
That's true.
They don't like you, they like what you can do for them.
That's true. That's very true.
More so on that lines, but I'm a type of nigga. I ain't doing nothing for you.
That's a clip.
No, seriously. If it's not reciprocated, if you don't do for me, I can't do for you. I'm not. This is not a one-way street over here. It's a fucking two-lane road. I'm gonna do for you. You gonna do for me. I might do a little more for you that you do for me. But I feel like
a relationship. Yeah, and that's how a relationship is. But we all bring something to the table.
Supposed to do a little extra. Make a woman feel special. Woman, you know you're gonna get it. You ain't gotta really ask for it. But then there's some women that they ask for this. They ask for so much, and when you can't give it to them, it's toodles on to the next man.
Yeah, because
a lot of people ask for it, but can't buy it for
it's
themselves.
more or less that they become a liability in a sense, right? Like, okay, I'm doing all this, that. You kind of start to resent them because you feel like, I'm doing all this, so I'm just going to be able to do whatever I want to do, and that's where cheating starts to happen. And you might start treating women bad as well.
Yeah, you should.
It'd be crazy sometimes.
Have to look at your partner as an actual
women. There's some women that go after dudes that they know that are not good for them. and then they just get back on social media and complain about them.
They
Which
be the biggest
I'll never use.
hypocrites.
Yeah.
They be having a good man in front of them, and they fuck that situation over, and then go right back to the nigga that wasn't shit to you.
Mm.
And then you
All the
cry and
time.
complain about the same shit.
That's true.
Then it's like, well, you big dummy. You had something great in front of you, and
Mhm.
you chose the wrong road. Just it's the college girls always go for what? The dope boys. The dope boys always go for what? College girls. The
Mhm.
good girls. It's like opposite attracts or something.
That's
Yeah.
true.
And those type of attractions where it's a power dynamic, right? Who's going to have control over who, right?
Kind of, sort of. Because when you look at it in that sense, the good girl that go to school, messing with the dope boy, he getting money fast. Oh, I need this, I want this, I want that. Here you go, here you go, here you go.
Mm-hmm.
He give it to you, and then he get locked up, and you like, can't do nothing for you.
Nope. Well, they were like, my last man got me this, my last one. Well, I ain't the last nigga.
Better tell him get you that shit again.
Yeah. But hopefully we get to a point where relationships or the dating field is to where hey, I'm really trying to get to know you as a person, and we can focus on like financial stuff or like ambitious stuff like on your own accord as you as a person going forward. Like if I wasn't in the picture, right? And then okay, maybe we come to understanding of what it looks like as a coming together once we spend a little bit more time together instead of saying I want this, that, and the third, but hey, I don't even know your favorite color or uh what was your first birthday like, or little ancillary things that makes you up as a person as opposed to having my list of goals and ambitions as to wearing my preset conceived notions of this is the person that I need to be with. Type, if that makes sense.
That makes sense. Will some of this stuff come up before the first date? Like some of this actually be discussed before that
I mean,
actually happens?
the first date is, me in my opinion, the first date is get to know each other. Like you sit down and you wine and dine. You sit there, you talk what you like in a man, what you like in a woman, and your hobbies and things that make you click, things that don't make you click. Is your first date. Like a lot of people that go on dates now, they go on a date and they just think, oh yeah, we gonna do what it do after this date.
Mm.
You gotta go on a date and genuinely get to know a person. Like go on 3 to 5 dates before you even think about, oh yeah, let's do this. Let's get into it. Let's get active.
Mm.
Get to know the person.
That's
Once
true.
you get to know the person, and then that's how most relationships end up wrong. Like, and then most men, your first impression is your best impression. You might go out on your first date, an extravagant date, and then you can't even keep up with that snack.
No, that's not the standard early. Like, look, that ain't
Like
that.
you can't keep up with it. Like
Nah.
you date. Me, I like to eat. All you gotta do is tell me you trying to go out to eat. Let's go.
You got an
Yeah.
attainable standard,
Thought
something
that
you can
motherfucking
attain,
car faster than I
something you
turned it up.
maintain, man. Don't go extra fancy, but don't go extra cheap. Do something you can maintain and keep it level.
Well, I think I think you should do a little bit of homework with the person that you are dating in terms of like the atmosphere of things that they like to do generally, and that way that they're comfortable and you be comfortable in a sense as well, right?
Agreed.
All right, let's get to this daggone news in Florida. All right, for those of y'all that don't know, Ron DeSantis, a little while ago, the insurance companies had to get bailed out by Florida because again, it was going under the Florida bailed them out. Ron DeSantis made it so you can't sue your damn insurance company or whatever now. Hundreds of thousands of people have lost their insurance coverage because they said we leave in Florida. They said, fuck y'all motherfuckers, we're gone. And pulled the fuck out of Florida. So if you had a current insurance coverage on your house, they said, we void your contract, fuck y'all, we're gone, you ain't got coverage on your house no more. This happened for hundreds of thousands of millions of people in Florida.
Crazy.
So
That's fucked up.
So if you're in Florida and you got a house, ain't no housing or rental insurance for your ass, you fucked them if fire something happen. You ain't covered by nothing.
Yo, that's fucked up, yeah.
That is fucked up.
That's fucked
And it's
up.
all because of some shit DeSantis put in place. And they can't sue their insurance company because that was part of the law. You can't sue them for not covering your ass.
But you can't I get you can't sue for not covering, but you can't just void no fucking contract and
They literally did that shit. They said, y'all shit null and void, we go.
That's some of the craziest shit I ever heard in my fucking life.
I've never, and don't get reimbursed.
It sound far-fetched shit. Look the shit up. This is a real life story. Matter of fact, let me find the shit I can share it on here. We gotta see. Hold on.
I
don't get reimbursed. That's crazy.
No.
That's crazy.
I need my restitution. I paid all this fucking money in homeowners insurance, and y'all just take my money because they essentially they doing is stealing from you.
That's a Ponzi scheme. That's a Ponzi scheme.
That's a straight steal. I might look that shit up on
That's a Ponzi scheme. Oh man, Western Holdings. Oh jeez. That is crazy.
Wow, yo, that's crazy.
Take the money and dip.
That's some shit Ryan did.
I don't know. I ain't no scammer.
Oh man.
Farmers insurance and policies in Florida.
Yep. No insurance for them. That's hundreds of thousands of people without insurance. They dipped. They said, we gone.
Right. Did that shit.
Hey, that's a wild
they
shit.
stole them people money and dip, yo.
I told you.
There's only but so many do-rags you can buy, bro.
Man, Farmer said, get the fuck out, we gone. Oh, Citizens Property Insurance left them shits too. They said, we're going also. Damn, these niggas, I told you they leaving.
Man.
This shit sound far-fetched as hell, right? This shit don't sound real. This is a real life story.
Yo, this is some wild ass shit.
I told you.
I've never.
Daylene woke up one day and said, yeah, the people called in and said, hey, what's going on with my insurance? They said, you don't have that no more. We go. We out of Florida.
This is just as worse when the coast left for Indianapolis. I mean,
now Murphy, imagine you know how many floods and shit they got out there. Imagine you just had a hurricane come through, your house flooded. You stuck. Ain't no insurance to cover nothing down there.
I guess you got an island now.
All your shit gone.
Most of them that's doing homeowners, because most companies that do homeowners, they do auto also. Is they still doing auto?
They could be. They could. I don't know.
So my question is,
my fucking auto.
Would they have to?
I just want to do my home.
I don't know, but can they outsource to another state, or that?
No, you can't.
That can't work like that.
You can't outsource your insurance to another state. That wouldn't work.
No, it wouldn't.
They may have laws in place to stop people doing that. That's literally a cause for insurance fraud. That's why they don't. You have to have someone in your state covering your insurance.
Good point. Well, shit.
Check out the Virginia tags.
Well, shit. Once they start having a company,
we talk about the home.
established in there.
We're talking about the home. The home, because that's major insurance fraud. You insured somewhere else and you ain't there.
But they do. If an insurance company does pop up back in Florida, I mean,
they don't necessarily have to cover them.
That's going to be a price gouge.
Yo, you saying,
price gouge.
You just saying that, right? It's a for them, the people that don't have insurance, the rate for those that's reinsuring at another company is at 30 to 40%.
Say higher.
I told you, yeah, it's gonna be a price gouge.
I'm reading this shit because this shit really
It's gonna
got
be a price gouge.
yo.
This shit don't sound real, right?
Oh man.
They insure 1.3 million Floridians. So that's 1.3 million people
without home
without
insurance.
a fucking policy.
Yep. And then they go with Geico or what was it, USA or whatever else they go with. Their shit went up like 40%.
I think, but Geico, they use a third party. I believe they use farmers, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, people in Florida ain't get no Geico insurance for their house. Because farmers go.
That shit, yo, I got to read this shit, yo. That shit.
It's crazy. It do not seem real, right?
And then they get that crazy weather and shit down there.
They get
all
floods,
the tropical
fires,
storms,
all that shit.
I
When they
remember
get a fucking tornado and the nigga house get ripped away, he ain't got no insurance.
They got
in Florida, it can rain, snow, wind, all in one day. All in one day.
Then you got the hurricanes is coming through. Like, it's ridiculous. You done. You done.
They send the people.
You better hope somebody come.
Crazy.
You better hope somebody come. When the other insurance company pick you up.
They're gonna have FEMA up there. Shit.
Oh yeah.
Shit. I don't even think Michigan got. I don't think Michigan got clean water yet.
Like, they getting sued because you just can't take people money up and leave. Like, it don't work like that.
They can't class action.
There's gonna be a lawsuit.
They cannot do a class action lawsuit.
There's gonna be.
I ain't gotta do a class action with all them people.
The individuals gonna be able to drive because think about it. People don't have a lot of money to sue individually.
It's gonna be a long,
they're gonna drag that shit out till you broke. That's why people do the class actions, because they'll drag that shit out until you're broke and you can't fight no more. They'll say, "Oh, we got billions over here. We can drag it the fuck on out."
And I'm gonna be at the CEO house of that motherfucking company. Talk about bring me his fucking head. That's crazy, yo.
Oh no, my bad. They get 120 days notice before they dropped. My fault. I thought they just dropped. They get 120 day notice.
Well, send me all my money.
Oh, I don't think you get that money back.
No, I'm getting that back.
Everything.
No.
I'm gonna look all through that payment history.
They say it impacts 27% of the Florida policyholders. That's a lot of fucking people. 1.3 million people is a lot of people.
Yeah, because Florida huge.
That's a lot of goddamn people.
Dang.
Woo.
Thank you, Royal, for the traumatizing story. And
I hate to read that,
happened
boy.
to us.
I tell you what, I hate to read that.
All right, we have any more topics left, or
yeah. We're gonna do two more things to wrap it up. They got one of the guys that was a rioter on January 6th. He got more than 7 years in jail for throwing a bow at a police officer like a spear.
Damn.
I think they heard.
He got 7 years. 7+ years. He got 11 charges.
And he threw a bone, right?
A bow like a spear.
He had it coming.
Oh yeah, he had it coming.
He lucky that he shoot his ass.
They say he was wearing a white butcher's coat with his first name on there and assaulted at least 5 police officers in a tunnel near where police desperately trying to protect the Capitol. How one nigga beat 5 police officers' ass? What?
Motherfucker had some serious training.
That shit don't sound right. They say he beat that ass so bad it was like a frenzy fury. It was an orgy of assaultive aggressive. What? He was whipping that ass. God damn.
He turned up on their ass.
He had to. He had to. How you got
Murphy,
5 police officers? You beat 5 police officers' ass.
I think this is the perfect time, Murphy, for you to tell people about your military experience.
We'll say that for another day.
Tell them about all your fight in Afghanistan and Iraq.
I ain't fight over there.
Okay, all right. He got 7 years and 3 months in jail and 3 years of supervised release after that.
Dang. He gonna come home to the same shit. He ain't got nothing to tell but time.
They still catching people for this January 6th shit. They people like, oh, they ain't catch me yet. Or they still catching y'all asses.
My God.
They still catching y'all.
You know who else they still catching? Them PPP loan thieves.
Yup.
Yeah.
They still getting their ass.
You know they said they got 10 years to catch them niggas, right?
Yo. Yeah. You know what you should have put on the topic today?
What?
The lady that stole all that money from Amazon.
Oh, we can do that. We can do that right now. That's a good thing. I forgot about that. We talked about that in the party. We talked about it in the party. We didn't talk about it on here. Let's hop right into that. That is a good idea, baby.
That was crazy though.
This is the last one. This is the last one. We will wrap up at this, but this is the last one.
How the fuck did she get away with that? She was getting away with it until she started living extravagant.
Yeah. All right. Let me explain to the people who can get to it. There was a young lady that worked for Amazon. I don't know what her position was in the company, but apparently over the last 2-3 years, she stole like $9.4 million from the company. She
wait a minute, billion?
Million. $9.4 million for the company over the last 2 or 3 years. And she would have got away with it, but she brought a mansion like round the block from the daggone factory where she was working at. And she rolled to the factory. I mean, she rolled to the Amazon warehouse in a Lamborghini every goddamn day.
She had a Lamborghini, a G-Wagon. Yo, she was wild. Yo, and it's crazy.
And she would have got away with it if she wasn't flexing.
You feel me? Like you could have washed the money another way, but
why you buy the house a couple blocks for the goddamn
$200,000
warehouse
and kept it.
You bought a mansion close to the warehouse, and then driving up that bitch with a Lamborghini, driving up there like nigga, you gonna get caught. Who the fuck can afford a Lamborghini in the Amazon warehouse? Who?
Nobody.
Not me.
Shit, not me either. I can't afford that where I work at. I probably maybe.
So you roll up in the Lambo to the job, and you're like, "Yeah, it's my regular everyday whip." Coming through with the G-Wagon, like, "Yeah, it's my everyday." Oh, I got a brand new Tesla right here, the Model S Plaid. Here we go. She was.
And her girlfriend. See, her girlfriend really getting off on it because she ain't really stealing money. She just was spending the money. But
hey, yo, did you see that she forged the judge's signature and said all charges dismissed and tried to get the fuck about that shit?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
She is an elite scammer. She tried to forge the judge and said all charges dismissed and try to set herself free.
Oh, this gotta be a movie.
This is a movie in real life. I want to see this shit.
I want to see the biopic.
I want to watch this shit. This is amazing.
But I want to know how she was funneling that money though.
Where was she stealing it from? Where the fuck was she stealing it from?
Because I
mean, where, like, like what department was she stealing from? Was it multiple departments? Did she have somebody on the inside? Like, how was she getting all this money out of Amazon? Was she writing checks? Was she doing work orders? What?
Maybe HR hacking some of the money out.
She had to have a partner.
She had to have somebody inside or learn
a manager of some sort.
Definitely somewhere
HR. If stealing $1 million from you, if I'd have got the 9.4, I'd have been gone. You wouldn't have known I stole from your ass. I'd have took it, put my 2 weeks in, worked my last 2 weeks. Sayonara, bitches. You won't see me again. And when you do, if you do catch up to me, good luck finding me.
But they gotta fire everybody. Well, damn near everybody in HR.
They gotta go through that bitch with a forensic accountant and see what happened. Right?
There gotta be a lot of people that get fired. 9.4 billion?
No, million. 9.4 million.
Oh.
They need to fire the accounting team. That's what they need to fire.
They gotta fire everybody. Everybody gotta go. Everybody gotta go. Even after Jane, everybody gotta go.
You gotta go.
Yeah.
That
Yo,
whole facility gotta go.
Yeah, they do. They got
Like,
Yo,
you
and
know
what's
what?
the-
We good.
I hope the girlfriend was smart though, because if she was doing all that, then back of my mind, I'd have been like, this shit gonna come to an end one day.
You better have a rainy
I'm
day.
gonna start funneling some of this money somewhere else
Yeah.
in cash where they can't find it. Like, cause I think the girlfriend will be home soon, but she'll be supervised for a couple years. I can wait, supervise me a couple years. I work at McDonald's, whatever, boy. Everything on my mind, I'll be like, boy, I got the money stacked over there. Don't nobody know where it's at. I ain't touching it. As soon as that supervision over with, I'm spending that shit. Spending that motherfucker fast as hell.
Man, that's a wild
Hopefully,
story right
maybe she
there,
left
boy.
left
That's a wild
a
story.
put it in a treasure chest and left a treasure chest map. You can
No,
find it, pick it up.
I'd have had that bitch somewhere nice.
I ain't gonna say nothing, but hopefully she put it up somewhere where it can't be touched. That's all
Well,
I'm saying.
like they say, crime doesn't pay, or maybe it does pay.
Crime
You
do
just
pay.
need to
You
know when
got
to get out.
$98.
That shit paid.
Yeah. Just need to know when to get out.
Like baby oil.
Paid $9.4 million apparently.
Hey, just like on FanDuel, you just gotta cash out sometimes.
Yeah, cash out.
You go. Hey,
There they
you
go.
don't remind me.
Nah.
Cause I missed out on 3,500 because I ain't cashed out early.
Ooh, damn.
From 3,500 to zero.
Damn.
Hurt.
That had
Sick
hurt.
to my
That
stomach.
hurt.
Well, I was driving home from work, sick to my stomach. Like my dumb ass should have cashed out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
cash
it was only a $20 bet.
the 35. Why the fuck did you cash out with 3,500? What the hell was you waiting on?
Because that 6,500 looked it better.
No.
Hell no.
I could agree with you. You would have said maybe 100,000 or 20. You might have thought, oh, we're really going to win this.
Yeah, you should see that 3,500,
Look,
bro.
There you go. Gotta let the
Hey,
greed go.
last year, I probably had like 20 tickets, like 1,000 or more, where I didn't cash them bitches out. My greed was kicking in. This year, I'm cashing them bitches out. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm cashing them bitches out.
Gotta get hit in the game. A win,
I
a
ain't
win is a win.
Them
Hey,
bitches
you can't
get
go
cashed.
broke. Can't go broke making a profit.
No.
Financialistic.
Yeah, I should have been thinking that.
Well, that's why you're
So,
here on the show. You know, we're here to give a teaching moment and to reinforce some things, and you know.
I won way more than I lost on FanDuel, so I'm feeling pretty confident.
That's good.
Yes, sir. Let's just hope that our Lakers, you know, win us
My-
some money. Our Lakers.
My Lakers. Yo, don't bet on my team, yo.
I bet on our team all the time.
Don't listen. Don't bet on
fan.
birds. Don't bet on these birds. Damn, you better not bet on them Lakers.
I got season tickets. You wanna go?
Season tickets away.
Lakers game.
Boy, I thought you were talking about the Ravens game.
Oh,
I was about to say you ready to take me to a Ravens game.
I might get those. I don't know, but you make more money nowadays. So you.
Shit, who lied to you? I get paid minimum wage, man.
I do too. We're in negotiations right now.
Shit, we're gonna be renegotiating at the next year. Trying to get up from 44. Let's say we can touch 50 an hour.
Like Florida say, any contract can be recontracted or it can be voided out.
Shit did.
Oh man.
I just hope you don't get voided out.
Man.
All right, Roy. Oh, we did have one more topic to talk about. It's going to be a little bit heartfelt. Well,
let's
heartfelt, just a little fun.
Let's have it for next week.
Next week?
Next week.
All right.
Save it for next week because we get Bria joy. We get Bria joy. That's going to be our thing. We can't ever do that.
Should do that? Should do. All right. Well, I think this is the conclusion of this episode I want to thank everybody out who has been supporting the podcast over these past well, we're going on 4 years or 3 years?
3-4 years.
Three, 4
The years
man.
blur together. Years blur together.
We're veterans. We've been doing this for quite a long time, man. But I want to thank everybody overseas, especially Africa, Ghana, China, South Korea,
Out to the
and
International Space Station.
across the world for so much love and support over the years. And I want to thank Murphy, a special guest, man.
Yes, sir.
It's been good chopping up with you this episode, man, giving you your
Good
insight
episode,
and your, you know what I mean, your hood, ebonics and all that great stuff.
Hey, next time, put P and Phil on the screen with me next time.
Oh, yeah,
we
yeah.
can try to do that. We can try to do that.
So, I mean, we want to give them the special white effect, you know?
I might not see him when he got the light on.
That's the point. It's going to be a whiteout.
And if you see a toe go past P camera, warning.
No. We might get banned from YouTube with that. I don't know. A little bit nasty. But anyhow, again, thank everybody. Again, remember, CO-19 still real. Please wash your ass, hands.
Yes, wash your hands, wash your
hand
ass.
sanitizer. Please stay in good spirits, and make sure you keep in touch with your loved ones. You never know what can happen.
Yes, sir.
We're trying to make it through the next half of this year, and hopefully see next year as well. So please, stay safe, stay vigilant, keep your spirits high. I know mental health is a big thing, so please keep your mental good as well. Again, a bid you adieu, arrivederci, all the good stuff. This is Simple House Podcast. Until next time, see you guys.